Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. It's your brother Shamal Assad back again. It's been it's been a while. It's been dealing with some things. But right now I'm back. It's giving all thanks to the Most High Yahweh and the beloved Son Hamashiach Yahushai. Today is Tuesday, May 26th, 2026. And right now I'm just doing this much needed lesson, this much needed topic on IPV, domestic violence, you know what I'm saying, that whole thing. And you know what I'm saying, just let you know that it's something that's very much needed. How can I say, it's a much needed topic in our community that we need to discuss, of how brothers are getting into all kinds of domestic issues and end up losing their lives prematurely. So you know what I'm saying, and I'm gonna use um, three news stories, and three new situations, um, that you know, recent. Well, two recent. One was from a few years ago. You know what I'm saying, on IPV, domestic violence, and so on and so forth, and that how a lot of times trying to be the man that try to step in and save the day really ain't the wise thing to do. So without further ado, Shalom Israel, it's your brother Sam Malakasad, giving all thanks to the Most High Yahweh and your beloved son Hamashiach Yahushai. Today is May 26, 2026. And right now I'm just what I'm saying, just about to I'm about to launch not launch, but I'm about to listen, this lesson gonna be a barn burner. I'm gonna just say it like that. It's gonna be a barn burner, and it's gonna, some people might get offended. And listen, it's all good. It's all good. That's what I'm here for. You know what I'm saying? But just let you know that, hey, listen, this is something that we need to do, man. But before I start, before I start, this is just do a little housekeeping. Please like and share the stream. Baba and just tune in. So right now, we're gonna start bring out our first scripture. Just to get to set the mood of what of everything that we need to do. So give me a minute. All right. So that's Colossians 3:17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord Hamashiach Yahushai, giving thanks to the Father, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Him. So this right there let us know that, hey, listen, and whatever we do in word or deed, we have to do in the upliftment and the glorification of Hamashiach Yahushai. You know what I'm saying? And because that's the only way we're supposed to live. You know what I'm saying? If not, then listen, problems will arise. Just let you know that now. So let me read that again. Colossians 3:17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord Hamashiach Yahushai, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Him. So so that's it. Just to set the atmosphere on tonight's lesson, or something that we all need to be focused on. Again, just want to say Salakia for the late stream. Just kind of been going through some things, and that I need, have to handle certain things in my personal life, going through some storms. As always, what else is new? You know what I'm saying? And I'm here. I'm here keeping my hand to the plow. All right. So the first story that we're gonna do tonight is we're gonna the first story that we read at current events. Let me start with this first gentleman. We heard about the situation of the brother in Texas that worked at the warehouse, not warehouse, that worked at the factory, you know what I'm saying, and he saw one of his coworkers that was being accosted by, I guess a still to be husband, or her ex-husband or whatever. And dude stepped in, lost his life. You understand what I'm saying? So let me get the article, and we're gonna read right through it. It's like, yeah. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, this right here from the Fox 26 from Houston, Texas. It said Texas convicted murderer on parole. Good Good Samaritan kills Good Samaritan, wounds wife before self deletion. You know what I'm saying? And this is the ex husband, a man on parole for murdering for Slovakia. A man on parole for murder killed a bystander and shot his wife before taking his own life Tuesday morning at a Nash, Texas factory. Eddie Hill Jr. was fatally shot while attempting to intervene in a domestic dispute between the suspect and his wife at the Texarkana aluminum plant. The suspect's wife is currently hospitalized. Police said the investigation going to circumstances of the he said that police said the investigation into the circumstances of the shooting is ongoing. And was it Nash, Texas? A man convicted of murder and released on parole last year killed a bystander in a serious and seriously wounded his wife before turning the gun on himself in a factory parking lot Tuesday morning, authorities said. So that's the first thing, man. This dude is a damn, like, you know what I'm saying? This dude I don't know how, I don't know why, but was out on parole for killing somebody. Like, I don't know what wonky criminal justice system that they have there in Houston, but that man should have never saw the light of day. Why he's out is anyone's guess. Texarkana factory shooting. What we know, the shooting happened around 6:30 a.m. at Texarkana Aluminum on uh, Alumax Drive in Nashville, Texas. Nashville police officers arrived at the scene, found bodies of the two men and a critically injured woman. Investigators identified the shooter as Wendell Lane Champion Jr. That's the guy in the mugshot up here. That's him. Of Hope, Arkansas. Police said the incident began as a domestic dispute between Champion and his wife, Candace Jolene Champion, 37, who is an employee at the plant. A second man, Eddie Ray Hill Jr., 48, of Texarkana, Texas, was shot and killed where he tried to intervene in the confrontation arriving for work, according to police statements. After deleting Hill, I'm trying not to say the K word, police said the suspect shot his wife and then committed suicide. Candace Champion was taken to Texarkana Hospital. Police said she is stable, but did not release her condition. So this dude came to his wife's job while being out on parole. So this nigga didn't even care about, you know, he didn't care about, laying low, following the law, whatever. You know what I'm saying? He just came out, get, came to his wife's job on 10 and ready to, you know what I'm saying, to commit murder, which is wild. Dig deeper. Public records show that Wendell Champion had a significant criminal history. I'm going to touch on that later. He was convicted of first-degree murder in Harris County, Texas in 2010 and were released on parole in 2015. So this dude did 15 years for straight up murder and somehow got out on parole. What universe is that allowed? I have no idea. Champion and another person, Princeton Mortel Williams, were charged. So he had accomplice with him. Were charged with capital murder that happened on August 26, 2007, according to the city of Houston. 57-year-old Luis A. Ayala, a security officer, was shot in the leg and died from his injuries. Police said Champion and Williams went to the business and assaulted and shot Ayala before they robbed an employee at gunpoint. They ran from the scene with a large amount of cash. Williams was convicted in the lesser of the offense of aggravated robbery and sentenced to life in prison. Wait, hold up. So his accomplice got convicted of the lesser offense and got life. But this dude got the heavier brunt of it and somehow was released. Yeah, that's the criminal justice system problem. You know what I'm saying? They screwed up on that. Yeah, they screwed up on that. So let me get the buzz on this. Let me get the buzz on that. Yeah, they screwed up on that. And oh yeah, just giving you guys a heads up. This is gonna be one of those nights. I'm gonna go crazy with the buzzer, and it's gonna be some. Y'all gonna hear some new joints. If it's too much for you, hey, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna just keep it pushing. What they're saying, the Nash Police extend its deepest condolences to the families, loved ones, and employees of Texarkana Aluminum, which were affected by this tragedy, the department said in a press release. Authorities stated that no other suspects and no ongoing threat to public. The investigation is the circumstances of the shooting remains active. Nash is a city in Bowie County, Texas, and just west of Texarkana. So, that's it on the article. It's a lengthy read. If you guys are how can I say, if you guys are it's lock it. Quick housekeeping. If the sound is good, please sign off in the chat bubble, Kashaw. But yeah, the poor brother, he lost his life, in a situation that really could be prevented in multiple ways. You know what I'm saying? Let me play the news situation, the news clip on YouTube to coincide with it. Wait, first of all, can you guys hear it? If you guys can hear the the video, please let me know. If not, all right. All right. Let me play from the top. Oh, Police say you can't hear. All right, Slakia. Let me stop sharing real quick. Let me share it again and make sure this time I. Okay, let me put the sound on. All right, got you. All right, all right. Just want to make sure. Brother Polaya.
A good Samaritan.
All right, you should hear it now.
A good Samaritan is dead and another person is recovering after a shooting at an aluminum plant near Texarkana. It happened in the city of Nash. The suspect has been identified as Wendell Champion Jr., who was out on parole for murder. According to the Nash.
And like I said before, this dude was out on parole and still, instead of like laying low, I'm pretty sure he probably had problems with his wife. Maybe she told him that she was going to leave him, divorce him, or whatever. And instead of like, taking low or, be like, you know what, I can't get in trouble right now. If you're going to leave, go ahead. He decided that he want to go right back into prison. I don't know what's wrong with these dudes. Let me continue.
Police department. It happened in the parking lot of the Texarkana Aluminum around 6:45 this morning. An argument broke out between the suspect and his wife, who was an employee at the.
And see, that's what I'm saying. He out there at 6 in the morning, 6:45 with a boarded to be on demon time. Crazy.
Plant. A co-worker tried to intervene when officers say Champion fatally shot him, then shot and injured his wife before taking his own life. The wife is expected to recover.
And see, that's messed up because it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like he wanted to take his own wife out. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that she was in the upper room as well, not knowing that she survived. You understand what I'm saying? But I have a few lessons, a few points in this lesson that I want to hit that I need you guys to understand, especially when it comes to domestic issues. Lesson number one. It is the law enforcer's job to step in and handle domestic issues, not yours. I need every Israelite brother to understand this. You know what I'm saying? It don't even matter if it's a lady at your job that you cool with. Like in this case. Like in this case. The reason why the brother stepped in, because I'm pretty sure because he's cool with her. He sees her on the job all the time. You know what I'm saying? They're probably friends. You understand what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, disrespect ladies, a lot of you ladies just come in and talk about what you got going on at home. So he probably know that her husband might pop up on some demon time. You know what I'm saying? But even with that, it's like, yo, meddling domestic issues, not a good thing, especially in today's time. So, brothers, I need you to understand that it's not your job to step in and handle domestic issues. It's for the cops. Leave that to law enforcement. Leave that to the cops. That's what they're there for. You know what I'm saying? And let me see the first scripture that goes with that. Let's get it. Right here, Romans the 13th chapter. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, but there is no power but the Most High. The powers that be are ordained by the Most High. Whosoever therefore resisted the power, resisted the ordinance of God, and they that resisted shall receive unto them damnations. For rulers are not a terror to good works, but what to the evil. So yeah, for the most part, I know not all the time. For the most part, for the most part, a lot of a lot of law enforcement agencies, you know what I'm saying? If you're an upstanding citizen, they'll leave you alone. You ain't got nothing to worry about. You know what I'm saying? But if you out here wilding, being a Pookie and Ray, dug hole from the block, you being a damn menace, yeah, they gonna grab you. They're gonna grab you and they might do other things to you. You understand what I'm saying? So let's continue. Verse 3. For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil. But thou then be not afraid of the power. Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. For he is the minister of the Most High to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid, for he bear not the sword in vain. For he is the minister of God, a avenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil. So yeah, that's the point. You know what I'm saying? When you see a domestic issue, a woman get into it, and her boyfriend is some convicted felon like this fool here, call the cops. Call the cops. Let them handle it. They want to see, you on parole? Back in you go. You know what I'm saying? And not only you're on parole and you have a gun. Because convicted, for the most part, convicted felons across all 50 states are not supposed to have any guns. That's dead. You know what I'm saying? Send that nigga back to prison where the hell he belongs. You coming in try to be a captain, save him. That listen, that is the best way to lose your life. Straight up, straight like that. That is the fastest way to lose your life. Because you had no idea what this nigga have on his waistband. You don't know if this nigga's armed with a gun, with a blade, or what. You don't know if he alone, if he got his man with him in the car, his homie in the car. You don't know how that could go. So again, the first lesson, it is a law enforcer's job to step in and handle domestic issues, not yours. And I'm gonna hit you with something. This is back when I was younger. I had a little internship at one police plaza, and I heard something from a Edomite police officer that I will never forget. They said the two most dangerous calls that they have to deal with are these two. Number one is traffic stops. Number two is domestic issues. Those are the two most dangerous routines or issues that they have to deal with. Especially you get called to someone's apartment. Listen, they don't know what the hell they walking into. And I heard this from an actual police officer back in 2005. I was in my early 20s. Matter of fact, I was 20 that year. You know what I'm saying? And that's the police saying that because they had no idea how this is gonna go. So but so and so, you being a civilian, do not put on your cape and try to be a captain, save them. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because again, it could go left, and next thing you know, you lose your life. So I need y'all to understand that. I need y'all to understand that. So let's get this the second story, which gonna bring on my second point. It's like give me 1 minute. I got so many tabs open, it's ridiculous. So I'm just trying to figure out which one I have. I'm pretty sure you guys heard of this story. Okay, I'm pretty sure you guys heard of this such a story over here, right here, that the two brothers in Florida that lost their lives come to their sister's rescue, and it's from May 6th, some earlier this month. Two Florida brothers were allegedly gunned down by their sister's boyfriend inside her Miami apartment when they rushed over to protect her from him, cops said. Gianni Pierre, 28, and his younger brother Jaheem, 23, were allegedly shot by Antoine Carter at around noon on Saturday after a scuffle broke out in the apartment, Miami Herald reported. The brother's sister, who had been dating Carter, which is 31, for around 4 years, but they were wary of their relationship. And this right here is the killer, some dreadhead, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Some damn pookie, some hooligan. They had rushed over to her apartment to look after her due to the history of previous domestic violence, cops said in their arrest reports. Jaheim and his sister argued before he then struck Carter, who then interjected. The three men became embroiled in the fight. Carter is accused of leaving the apartment, going to his car, and returning with an item he had retrieved from the vehicle. I bet one of you won't open up, he shouted, according to the police. He was armed with uh, um, a Glock 9mm handgun, and shot Gianni, who was sitting on the couch. Gianni died minutes after arriving at the city's Jackson Memorial Hospital. Jaheim charged towards his sister after coming under fire, and she left covered in blood. He was found bleeding in the closet, WPLG reported. Carter was arrested after telling one cop, "I am the one, I had the firearm." He also claimed the brothers had squared up with both fists in the air, ready to fight again before opening fire. He said he left the apartment to get air, quote unquote, and went to his car to receive his wallet and keys. Meanwhile, the woman told cops that Carter blamed her for the deadly tragedy. "See what you made me do," Carter allegedly said. Cops searched the apartment when they found spent cases and projectiles. Gina Kirk, a neighbor, woke up to the gunfire. "I woke up from a deep sleep. 5 gunshots. Pow, 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 pow. And the door slammed underneath my balcony," she told CBS News. Carter had been charged with first-degree murder, a capital felony punishable by the death penalty in Florida. He appeared in court wearing sleeveless green vests and had pleaded not guilty. You know what I'm saying? And that's yeah, and that's the gentleman, the Pookie that deleted him, deleted both brothers. You know what I'm saying? Which is wild, man, because it's like, yeah. And you see, look at this tab. Like that's how both brothers look, and both brothers, they actually look like twins. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing about it was that both brothers, like as you can see, both brothers, one they look like twins, and what guys that folks didn't know that they both had the same birthday, but were just born 5 years apart. But the jacked up thing is they both lost their lives at the very same day. You know what I'm saying? From a spiritual aspect, for all we know, they might have been twins in a previous lifetime. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, listen, it sucks and it's messed up, but this is where we at. Brother Yashawan, Shalom, Shalom. Hope all is well. But yeah, and see, this is another thing, man. And this is where it gets touchy. I wish more folks was here to see it, but if it's all good, they can watch the replay. But I need the guys that's here. I need you guys to understand this. The folks that's watching, I need you to understand this, especially you brothers. Please understand this. Be very careful of getting involved in domestic issues, especially when it comes to family. Especially when it comes to family. Because again, you never know what the hell you're getting into. Let me go back to my points. Got point number one. It is the law enforcement officer job to step in and handle domestic issues, not yours. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna bring out point number two shortly, but let me get my scriptures, and I'm gonna drop it on you. And let me get how can I say this? Slacking. Wait, I'm gonna bring up my point later, but I need you guys to understand this. Um, slacking. Just looking at my notes. I'm just trying to know which scripture to pull in what order. Oh, okay. Mm, 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 mm. All right, slacking. All right, give my second scripture, and I'm gonna get into a major point I need you brothers to understand. Because listen, especially we dealing with kin, and when you deal with toxic relationships and stuff like that, you got to be careful of getting involved in stuff like that. You got to be careful with that. Please, brothers, Baba Shah, please take heed. Proverbs chapter 30, and we're gonna start at verse 18. There be three things. You know what I'm saying? It's like it. Proverbs chapter 13, Proverbs chapter 30, verse 18. There be three things which are too wonderful for me, yet four which I know not. The way of an eagle in the air, the way of a serpent upon a rock, the way of a ship in the midst of a sea, and the way of a man with his maid. What is that saying? That he don't King Solomon saying that he don't know the dynamics of all those things, especially the last part of the way of a man with a maid. What does that mean? You know what I'm saying? You think that a certain relationship, whether it's going good or going bad, or they look like they're about to break up and stuff, when in all actuality, you know both people in a relationship are toxic as hell. You know what I'm saying? We all heard the song "Break Up to Make Up." That's all we do. First you love me, then you hate me. That's a game for fools. Listen, there's a lot of relationships. I have to say, there's a lot of relationships in this society in 2026. You know what I'm saying? They operate like that. That roller coaster, that up and down, the breakup, the makeup, that toxicity shit. You understand what I'm saying? Which is another reason why, listen, brothers, you gotta be careful of getting involved in it. This is point number two. Some couples thrive off the toxic breakup to makeup dynamic. Beware. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of time, again, that's even if your sister, even if your sister, your cousin, you know what I'm saying, your aunt, you know what I'm saying, your moms, you know what I'm saying, or if you guys who have daughters as of age, your daughters. Yeah, of course, you might want to put on your cape and jump in and save the day. Well, listen, you might have to pull her little ass to the side and give her the riot act and let her know, hey, man, listen, you know what I'm saying? This break up the makeup shit, this toxic shit is not working. It's not working. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, like, listen, something got to give. Something got to give. You understand what I'm saying? Let me read the scripture again. There be three things which are too wonderful for me, yet four which I know not. The way of a eagle in the air, the way of a serpent upon a rock, the way of a ship in the midst of the sea, and the way of a man with a maid. Yeah, because you know, sometimes like even on the right hand side, sometimes you see, uh, our relationship dynamic may be, maybe a bit unorthodox, may not be like how normal folks would function, but it's still a functioning relationship. So it's like, hey, I don't know how, I don't know how to make it work, but hey, that's none of my business. You know what I'm saying? You got to be the same thing with these toxic relationships. You know what I'm saying? Or else you're gonna have a lot of these, or else you're gonna be jumping into these relationships, jumping in to save your sister, your cousin, your niece, your daughter, your mom, from a pookie boyfriend, and next thing you know what I'm saying, her pookie boyfriend in jail, and you might be, you might be in the spirit world, and she's running to his rescue. She wanted to go visit him in prison. Got to be careful of that. You know what I'm saying? You have to be careful of that. So like, oh jeez, what did I do now? Right. But yeah, you very much have to be careful of that, because that's a fine way to end up in the spirit world. Next scripture, uh, Titus 3. Titus 3. I need you guys to understand that. And again, this even goes to your sisters, your daughters, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? Got to be careful with them. Titus chapter 3, starting at verse 10. You know what I'm saying? A man that is an heretic after the first and second admonishment reject. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I know that goes in spiritual matters, but also that goes in counsel as well. Again, if you how can I say this? If you know a sister, might be your sister, might be your daughter, might be your niece, Might be your mom that's in these tumultuous, toxic relationship that break up the makeup dynamic and all that. They have a huge blowout today. You know what I'm saying? And by this time next week, they back together, all lovey dovey and hugged up and all that. You know what I'm saying? Pull them to the side, have a discussion with them. If they're not trying to listen, wash your hands. You know what I'm saying? Wash your hands and leave them be. Leave them be. You know what I'm saying? The worst thing about this is is the fact that with these two brothers is that, and it's another thing I'm at to talk about, but I'm gonna talk about it after I play this video real quick. Let me play the video. The news the news story of their murders. If you guys understand, following along, sound off in the chat, like the stream, Bubba Shaw, like and share the stream. Slack and me share the whatchamacallit. Okay. Put on sound and we're here. All right. All right. Let's listen to the news story.
And now to a crime alert in Miami. Two brothers gunned down in an apartment building. And tonight we're learning more details on what led up to the fatal gunfire. Local 10 crime specialist Bridget Matter is live in Miami with more. Bridget.
According to police, these two brothers and their sister's boyfriend got into some sort of fight altercation before this double shooting. Those two men are dead, and that suspect is in jail.
Miami police investigating a double homicide in the Liberty City neighborhood. Two brothers, Jaheim and Gianni Pierre, were shot and killed May 2nd at this apartment building off Northwest 17th Avenue. Audio from dispatch says a caller reported 6 shots fired and a woman reporting her brother was shot.
Miami, I made contact with a female, said that her brother shot on the second floor.
An arrest form says while detectives were investigating, a man approached and said, quote, "I'm the one. I have the firearm." Police arrested 31-year-old Antoine Carter, who they say had a gun in his pocket. The report says CCTV footage shows Carter yelling and banging on an apartment door. When it opens, quote, Carter then charged into the apartment as he reached into his front right pocket. Immediately after, several gunshots were heard. A woman then ran out bloodied. That woman told police Carter was her boyfriend who shot her brothers.
And right now, that suspect remains in jail. He is facing 2 first-degree murder charges. In Miami, Bridget Matter, Local 10 News.
All right, so first.
And see, this is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. This lady's lost both her brothers who calling them over. And this is another point I wanted to say to you brothers. Listen. If you have any female family members in your family that's in a tumultuous relationship where you got to get called to come over and regulate and all that stuff, have that talk with her. And if she refused to get rid of dude, it means only one thing. She enjoys that toxic shit. So that means you have to cut her off. You know what I'm saying? And I got the perfect sound clip for this situation. You got to cut her off. You got to cut her off. Because for all we know, she could be using, how can I say this? Because we got to keep it real here. We got to keep it real here. It could have went either way. She could have been using, you know what I'm saying? She could be using, and this happens too. She could be using her brothers as a whipping stick against her boyfriend whenever they have any falling out, whether he won't do what she say, where she can't get her way, or what? I'm gonna call my brothers on you. There's a lot of women like that in this community. Listen, if you have a sister that's like that, cut her ass off. Cut her off. Cut her off. a sister, a daughter, a niece, your mom's, cut her off. Women like that will get you sent to the spirit world real quick. You know what I'm saying? There's a content creator on YouTube that I have much respect for, Dr. T. Hassan Johnson. He talks about pretty much the issues, the social and the political issues that affects Black men. And one of the topics he talks about is this whole thing called pit bullying. You know what I'm saying? The concept of pit bullying, where guys that's in a relationship with toxic women, and the woman decide to use, you know, her brothers, her cousin, her uncle, blah blah blah, as a whipping stick to sick them on her man. You know what I'm saying? When she can't get her way, or whenever they having a dispute or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Listen, men had lost their lives behind that shit. Tell you that right now. So listen, if you have any ladies in your family tree that's on that type of time, you're gonna have to cut them off. Cut her off. Cut the bitch off. Straight like that. And if you Israelite man, you Black man, you Hispanic man, if you're in a relationship with a woman that when she can't get your way with you, if she won't allow you to run all over her, she want to call her family members to come do body harm to you, cut that bitch off. Cut her off. Cut her off. Because listen, we could all be seeing it from the wrong lens, where maybe, you know what I'm saying, the boyfriend was justified. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the boyfriend was justified. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the sister got some rah-rah brothers, some live wire brothers that quick to throw hands and get it popping and stuff like that. Or maybe we had it right the whole time, where the lady, the sister that lost the two brothers, listen, sad to say, a lot of sisters in the Black community, Black and Hispanic community, love toxic and abusive men. Don't know why. And let me say this to you sisters who might be listening or might listen on the replay. Listen, the being with toxic dudes, the be with YNs and all that, it's all fun till it isn't. You know what I'm saying? It's all fun until this nigga spazzes out and try to do bodily harm, and you calling your friends and your family to come over and regulate this dude. So again, you brothers, if you know any ladies that's like that, any lady in your family tree, your sister, your cousin, your daughter, your niece, you know what I'm saying, your aunt, your hell, even your mom, if she's on that, have that talk with her. Hey, listen, you got to get rid of this dude, because I'm not going to keep coming over here to come running to your rescue whenever you get into it with dude. And if she ain't trying to listen, you know what to do. Cut her off. Or else she gonna have you in a situation like this lady like this lady did in Florida with her two brothers, and Slakia, wrong sound effect. All right. Lost two brothers in one night. Not one night, in one day. And I don't know if you guys remember from the article that we just read, the boyfriend, he got into an argument with one of the brothers, got into a fight. He left the crib, went to his car, got his gun, came back and was banging on the door and was like, "I bet you won't open up. I bet you wouldn't open up." So his defense of self-defense, that's out the window. You know what I'm saying? That's out the window right there. So he's doing time. That's premeditated. Even if he was in the right, even if it was the case where, you know, maybe he was the good guy and she was, what I'm saying, that they was in a tumultuous, toxic relationship, and whenever she can't get her way, she'll call her brothers to come through and threaten to beat them up. Maybe, even in the case with that, even if that was the case, that going out to get the gun and coming back, he lost his self defense case with that. So he's doing time. So again, brothers, if you with a woman like that, leave. You know what I'm saying? Or if you have a relative, a female family member that likes toxic men and not trying to leave them alone. Whatever happens to them is on them. When the dude beating their ass, tell them to call 911. You know what I'm saying? Don't call me. Call 911. I go over there and this dude pull out there and Draco and hit me. Then what? Yeah, I'm not dying for nobody. Sorry. You know what I'm saying? I had the situations where I had to tell my sister, one of my sisters, hey, listen, you might want, this dude is no good. You might want to leave him alone. If they didn't listen, that's on them. You know what I'm saying? That's on them. But the thing is, they were warned. You know what I'm saying? So this, you know what I'm saying? And again, in our community, pit bullying is a real thing. It's a very real thing. And the thing is, again, with the story, it could go either way. The lady could have been pit bullying her brothers against her boyfriend, or that she likes thugs, she like bad boys, she like pookies, she like criminals, and it was all fun until it isn't. When you start beating her ass or when they have a domestic issue, she on the phone calling the brothers to come to her rescue. Brothers, if you know any sisters like that and she's not trying to leave them alone. You know what I'm saying? Till next time, call the cops. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of folks don't like hearing that, but listen, you don't want to end up like these brothers here. Hold on, let me put it back, the thing back on. Listen, you do not want to end up like these brothers here. Two brothers killed showing up to protect their sister from her boyfriend. So even if the case where the brothers were justified and the boyfriend was on some BS, and they came to defend their sister, again, when you read the article and watch the news video, how long they said she was with this dude? 4 years. That's 4 years of toxicity and tumultuous nonsense. Nobody got time for that, bro. Nobody got time for that. So if she not trying to leave Pookie, then hey, you get Pookie's reward. Straight like that. You know what I'm saying? And let's lead it to point number 3. This is a fine time to bring in point number 3. You don't know why the guy is carrying on the way he is. And you meddling just might be you getting in the way of the Most High's judgment. Stay out of it. That's something I need you brothers to understand. That's something I definitely need you brothers to understand. You know what I'm saying? Especially with like these rando domestic issues. You know what I'm saying? Like with the first story. You don't know if you found out this woman was committing adultery. You don't know this dude found out that, when the kids was his. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, man, man, listen. wait, hold up. Oh, damn. Because I think I thought I might have shared it, but I'm not sure if I did. Oh, man, hold up. I mean, damn. I thought I shared it, but oh, oh, okay, got it. All right. It's another one. Just seen it today. Another story. Colorado dad gets 57 years after learning child wasn't his and killing cousin who stepped in front of his four young children. A Colorado father stormed his estranged wife Aurora's apartment and shot her cousin dead after being told he was not the biological father of one of the kids. You see what I'm saying? And this is the dude that got convicted. You understand what I'm saying? So again, going back to my point, you do not know when these domestic issues arrive. You do not know why this dude is carrying on the way he is. You know this dude found out his woman committed adultery. You don't know this woman found out that you know what I'm saying, one of the kids ain't his. You know what I'm saying? So you jumping in, being a captain, save him. Listen, you might get your wig split. Come on, what? Stop doing that. Stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? Stop doing that. Now's not the time to be a captain, save them. Especially in this time that we're living in. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Let's get the next scripture. Let's get the next scripture. Proverbs. All right. Proverbs 26. And we starting at 17. He that passeth by and meddleth with strife, belongeth not to him, is like one that taketh a dog by the ears. Right. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? You being a busybody, you know what I'm saying? You being in someone's business and you jumping in, you try to be a captain, save them, you try to try to be a Charlie Puth as Hebrew, you know what I'm saying? I'll be here to save the day. Superman got nothing on me. You know what I'm saying? For a rando. You know what I'm saying? For a rando. And it may not even be a rando. It might be a chick at your job having domestic issues with her dude. You don't know what this woman was doing off the clock. You don't know if she was creeping on her husband. You don't know if she burnt her husband with an STD. You don't know if the husband found out the hard way one of the kids ain't his. For you to put on the cape and trying to be a Charlie Puth ass Hebrew, listen, man, it's a fine way to lose your life. That's a fine way to lose your life. Let me read that again. He that passeth by and meddle with strife belongeth not to him. It's like one that taketh a dog by the ears. You know what I'm saying? Which is what? And And why is compared to taking a dog by the ears? Because anyone that knows anything about dogs is this: if you try to grab the dog by the ears, you know what I'm saying, the ears are very sensitive, and you know they could get triggered, and the dog can and will bite you if you try to grab them by the ears. So basically, you're playing with danger and meddling in businesses that doesn't belong to you, especially domestic issues. So again, brothers, don't do it. Don't do it, especially your job. I don't give a damn. You've been there 30 years, and homegirl, you know, that's been there with you this whole time. You know what I'm saying? Both of y'all got 30 years to get on the job, and both of y'all about to retire or something like that. Listen, you don't know what this bitch has been doing off the clock. You know what I'm saying? And even if it's a case where she might be innocent and her husband or ex-husband or whatever is mad abusive, or she might have left her abusive husband and he not trying to let her go, whatever, call the cops. That's what they're for. That's what they're there for. If a nigga want to be super abusive and stuff like that, call the boys on them. Put them peoples in their life. Put them peoples in his life. And if you want to act a fool, listen, you ain't know what the cops are ready to do. Send his ass straight to the spirit world. Do not get involved. Because again, you don't you I gotta say it again. You do not know why this guy is carrying on the way he is. And you meddling just might be you getting away in the Most High's judgment. Stay out of it. You know what I'm saying? We all know the scriptures. Matter of fact, let's get it. Matter of fact, let's get it. Proverbs chapter 6. Let's start at verse 32. Wait. Matter of fact, let's start with verse 26. 6 verse 26. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress was hunt for their precious life. Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned? Can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be burnt? So he that goeth into his neighbor's wife, whosoever touches her, shall not be innocent. Men do not despise a thief if he steal to satisfy his soul when he is hungry. But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold. He shall give all the substance of his house. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. A wound and dishonor shall he get, if his reproach shall not be wiped away. For jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content, though thou givest many gifts. So yeah, that guy could find out that his wife was creeping, his wife was committing adultery, and he's in a murderous rage. You know what I'm saying? You who might be oblivious to the fact, but want to come and save the day for your coworker over some rando because she looked good, and you might end up and get deleted. You understand what I'm saying? This is why it's best stay out of it. Because you meddling might be you getting away in the Most High's judgment. I'm just saying. The next scripture. Let me see. Next scripture, Proverbs 18. We're going to jump over to 18. Slack it. Give me a minute. Wait, what I have in my notes again? Slack it. Yeah. Oh, I'm at 19. Whoops. Sorry. Yeah, Proverbs 18, verse 30. Slack it. Proverbs 18, verse 13. He that answereth a matter before he heareth it, it is folly and shame unto him. Right. Again, you see a domestic issue, you know what I'm saying, with a lady that's outside, a lady going through it with her man, with the father of her children, her ex-husband, whatever. And you decide that you want to jump in and say, today, listen, it could go left. Because again, lesson number 3, you do not know why this dude is carrying on the way he is. And you meddling might only bring problems to yourself. You don't know what this woman did in the dirty. You don't know she committed adultery. You don't know she set him up. You just don't know. You understand what I'm saying? You just don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna keep it a buck. So some of these domestic issues that you and horror stories that you hearing on the internet could be because the man found out his woman was creeping and completely lost it. You know what I'm saying? Do not jump in, because as you see in this case, the boyfriend that murdered the 2 brothers, he got into one of the brothers, left, went to the car, got the gun, came back, banged on the door. Oh, and was talking smack. Well, I bet you won't open the door though. Bet you won't open the door though. And I don't know what possessed one of the brothers. He opened the door and dude shot him. No. The first person he shot was the other brother that sat on the couch. That wasn't the one that hit him, which is wild. You understand what I'm saying? And then he shot the other brother, the one that hit him. That was the one that really hit him, because I think what's the brother's name? Slocky, the name escapes me, but I know one of them was Gianni, the older brother. When he busted into the apartment, when he got back into the apartment, you know what I'm saying, the older brother Gianni, he was sitting down on the couch, you know what I'm saying, and it wasn't even the dude that hit him. And then he shot the other brother. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, you got to be careful. You got to be careful, and listen. Even with situations where with your loved ones, you know what I'm saying. You might love your sister, you might love your cousin, you might love your aunt, you might love your mother, hell, you might love your daughter. You don't know what the fuck they're doing behind closed doors. Keep it in the grip. You don't know if your dear old sister that you love so much is creeping on her husband. You know what I'm saying? You don't know if your cousin that you love so much, you know what I'm saying? Set her man up. You know what I'm saying? Set her man up to get robbed or something. You don't know these situations. All you see is that, oh, that's my kin. I gotta put on my cape and jump in and save the day. Slug it. Slug it. That's not it. That's not it. Don't do that. Because again, you do not know what they're doing. You That might be your kin. Hell to hell. That might even be your mama. You don't know what your mom doing behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? What they got going on is their business. She's not letting you know the ins and outs of everything they got going on. Just a thought. Just a thought. So let's read that again. He that answereth a matter before he heareth, it is folly and it's a shame unto him. And again, especially in these domestic issues, especially with family, when it comes to pit bullying. You know what I'm saying? How can I say this? Oh, a lot of times, a girl, a lady and her man might get into a domestic issue. You know what I'm saying? The guy might have did something or said something, may not even be, may not even be that bad. And the lady hopped on the phone and called her family and say some extra shit. Oh, this nigga done put his hands on me, done beat me up and blah, blah, blah. And all he might have did was restrain her because she was hitting him 11 times. I done seen and heard numerous horror stories with that went down. Shorty gave him the 8-piece combo, bop, 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 bop. You know what I'm saying? Give him the 10-piece combo. You know what I'm saying? Doing and defending himself. He grabs her wrist and restrain her. Now she want to hop on the phone and say, hey, this nigga put his hands on me. So now you don't even know the story. Oh yeah, we gotta go regulate this thing. That's a fine way to get yourself deleted, bro. That's a fine way to get yourself deleted. I'm just saying. It's a fine way to get put to death because you do, and that's the funny thing. You come over ready to be Superman, or you ready to be Master Killer, and then when the smoke clears and the dust settles, and you get to the bottom of what really went down, you find out that your sister or your cousin or whoever lied and exaggerated the truth. There's a California term called putting 20s on it. You know what I'm saying? This really happened, but she's gonna lie and say he did all of this. You know what I'm saying? That's wicked as hell. That is wicked as hell. You know what I'm saying? And men have lost their lives over that. So again, brothers, please be careful. Point number 3. You do not know why the guy is carrying on the way he is. You meddling you just might be getting in the way of the Most High judgment. Stay out of it. Got to be careful with that. We get another scripture for this point before I move on to the next. Our last one is Sirach 11. And we start at verse 9. We jump into the Apocrypha. Wait, it's like a long chapter. It's like in chapter 11. It's like in chapter 11, verse 9. Strive not in a matter that concerneth thee not, and sit not in judgment with sinners. Verse 10, my son, meddle not with many matters, for thou meddle much, thou shalt not be innocent. And if thou follow after, thou shalt not obtain, neither thou shalt escape by fleeing. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, whether it's a rando or whether it's a chick or someone in your family, you get involved with a lot of these domestic issues, you do not know the full depth of the story. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? Like again, like the story I just shared, which I found out shortly before I started this class. The dude, you know what I'm saying, deleted his girl's cousin because he stepped in the way because the guy was pissed because he found out that one of the kids ain't his. You know what I'm saying? You stepping in the way of judgment. You're stepping in the way of judgment. And again, when brothers see red, whether it's wickedness or righteousness, they don't care about, oh, that's my sister, that's my cousin, that's my niece, oh that's my daughter, that's my mama. They don't give a damn about none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like for a lot of these dudes out here that's not walking in the spirit, once they find out, hey man, listen, yo, should have been playing me all this time. Just find out this is not my child. Or just find out, oh, I have an STD. Hold up. I haven't been with no one but her. Hold up. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? Find out shorty creeping. You know what I'm saying? Like, once they see red and they on kill mode, there's no talking them off that ledge. And again, once they got that pew pew on them, they don't care. Oh, that's my mama though. That's my sister though. And they don't care about none of that. You know what I'm saying? So again, and this might go back to was it Titus 3? You might have a talk with your loved one. You know what I'm saying? If you have a sister, a female cousin, your mom, whoever, you know what I'm saying? If they're moving funny in their relationships, just let them know, hey man, listen, when it goes left, do not call me. Do not call me. You know what I'm saying? You might have a trifling cousin that cheated on every man that she got with. Do not come to her rescue. Absolutely not. You might have a sister that might be known for setting niggas up. You know what I'm saying? Or being trifling. Or might have a sister that's a huge harlot. Huge, big time cheater. You know what I'm saying? And she out here moving funny and burning dudes. Listen, don't come to her rescue. Again, to avoid situations like that, cut her off. Cut her off. Because your life might depend on it. Let's go back to the scriptures. Sirach 11. Sirach on the Apocrypha, Ecclesiasticus 11, verse 9. Strive not in the matter that concerneth thee not, and sit not in the judgment with sinners. My son, meddle not with many matters, for thou meddle much, thou shalt not be innocent. And if thou follow after, thou shalt not retain, neither shalt thou escape by fleeing. So yeah, you meddle into the wrong business. You know what I'm saying? And then you find out the story of what really happened. You know what I'm saying? You run into the distance yourself. It's not gonna help you in that day. Oh no. Oh no. I'm not gonna be a part of that. Now it's too late now. It's too late now. You're already part of it. You already got involved in a matter that didn't concern you, and you went half cock. You know what I'm saying? Try to be a captain save on a situation where your loved one was dead wrong. If you find out one of your ladies in your family cheating on her husband, and you find out one of the kids ain't his, what defense would you have for her? What defense could you put up for her? And that's gonna satisfy her jilted husband. That's my sister. He's not gonna hear that. Or that's my mama. You gotta understand. He's not gonna hear that either. So in case like that, mind your business, stay out of it. And again, have a talk with your loved one. If they moving funny, hey, listen. When it goes left, call the cops. Do not call me. I'm not getting involved. And fourth topic, fourth lesson to learn. I need you brothers to understand this. Most of us Israelite men have our own families to take care of. They are first priority over a total stranger. Never forget that. And listen, not just total stranger, kin too. If you a brother in the faith, you have your wife, you have your children. Your priority is to them first. Understand that. So if you have a female relative that's in that toxic shit, you can't do that. You cannot do that. You know what I'm saying? And one of the stories that man, I've been trying to look for, but for some reason I can't find. It was this old story from like 2016, 2017. This MMA fight. If anyone knows it, knows the story, could put it up. I think I want to say it happened in Cali. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But the story goes, again, a domestic issue. This brother that was a MMA fighter or amateur boxer or something like that, he stepped in to like regulate because he saw the dude that was beating on his woman. He himself, a married man, stepped in to regulate, you know what I'm saying, and help defend the lady that was getting beat on. Long story short, dude pulled out, shot the guy. The guy ended up dying. The dude that was beating his woman, he fled, and the woman fled with him. You understand what I'm saying? So which is really messed up. And what's even more messed up, I've been looking for that story for a while now, and for some reason I can't find it. But I remember back in like 2016, 2017, Tommy Sotomayor did a story on that. You know what I'm saying? An amateur, and I think he was 10 trials too. I think it was like Ephraim or Simeon, something like that. And his wife was the black woman. You know what I'm saying? But again, this dude had a whole family. That I think his woman was with him at the time where he got deleted, when he got murdered. Stepped in on behalf of another woman that was having domestic issues with her dude. You know what I'm saying? Both of them get to tussling. The dude that was beating his woman, pulled out, shot him, left, and his woman left with him. You know what I'm saying? Which goes back to what I say to you brothers. Listen, you know what I'm saying? We have our own families to take care of. They are our first priority over a total stranger. Don't you ever forget it. Don't you ever forget that, man. You know what I'm saying? And the first scripture that you need, brothers, first scripture that I'm getting is Ephesians, the 5th chapter. Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 25. Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it, that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of the water by the word, that he might present to it to himself a glorious church, not spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that it should be holy and without blemish. So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies. He that loveth his wife loveth himself. For no man yet hateth his own flesh, but nourisheth and cherisheth, even the Lord the church. For, for we are members of his body, of his flesh, and of his bone. For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall be joined unto his wife, and they two shall be one flesh. This is a great mystery, but I speak concerning Christ and the church. Nevertheless, let everyone in particular so love his wife, even as himself, and the wife sees it that she reverence her husband. You know what I'm saying? What's my point in bringing that out? To let you know, hey, listen, what's one of the major way of a man could love the church? What's the major way of a man showing his wife that he loves her? To being there to protect her. How does a man nourish his wife, besides financially taking care of her, and spiritually would nourish her with the word? Being there to protect her. Because the main roles of a husband is what? To protect and to provide. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just a provider; you got to protect her too. And what's the way of a man that a man protects his wife? By being there. By being there. By understanding that his loyalty is to his family first. No one else. Understand that. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? So you brothers, you got ladies in your family tree that in tumultuous relationships. Let them know, hey, listen, I got my own family to protect. You know what I'm saying? You ain't trying to leave Nug alone. You on your own. You understand? You on your own. We done told you 11 times to kick Pookie to the curb. You know what I'm saying? This shiftless, trifling nigga that you've been with for years, that beat on you, that take your money while you out busting your ass at work. He at home eating Captain Crunch. Now you trying to look for a job. We done told you all these times to leave him alone, and you still not trying to leave. Whatever happens is on you. I got my family to protect. So I say all that to say this, you brothers, understand this. Your first role for protection is is your family. Not just, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you're a married man. Or you don't have to be married. You could be like me, divorced, single dad. The brothers in the faith, numerous brothers in the faith that are single dads. Your loyalty is to your children. Your loyalty is to protect your children first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? Don't put on a cape and get involved with some domestic issue and get smoked. And next thing you know, your children are fatherless. You know what I'm saying? That's completely out of order. And let me also say this. Damn. Okay. It's like it. Now the camera keeps moving. I'm trying to yeah. Every time I do the open palm, it's a PLZ, a PTZ camera. You know what I'm saying, which moves around with you. And so every time I make certain gestures, it moves. But no, getting back to my point is like again, even for brothers like myself, single dads, our loyalty is to protect our children first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? And the thing I wanted to say is, please do not follow these buzzards on social media talking all this nonsense about protect black women, meaning like, if you see a woman getting harassed by someone out there, some random person out there to put on your cape and save the day, you could do it once, you could do it twice. Listen, after a while, it might not work out for you. And especially if you have people that depend on you, like a wife and children, it's not a wise move at all. And again, it goes back to what Sirach 11, Sirach 11 and 9. You know what I'm saying? Strive not in matters that concern thee not. You don't know why that woman's being accosted. Keep it a grip. A lot of these ladies out here moving very unladylike, unfeminine like. You don't know who they scammed. You don't know who they robbed. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who they set up. You know what I'm saying? And sad to say, a lot of these chicks are very antagonistic. So you don't know if it's a case where she was legit in the wrong, but you see her, you want to be on some protect black women stuff, and you get yourself involved and get yourself jammed up. Not cool. So please do not follow the. Listen, especially if you got someone depending on, at home waiting on you. Yeah, someone at home depending on you. Please don't put yourself out there like that. Again, if it's that much of a problem, call the boys. Call the boys. You know what I'm saying? Let them handle it. Do not put yourself out there like that. You know what I'm saying? Because with these first two stories, again, the guy that lost his life in Texas, the 40-year-old guy that lost his life in Texas, you know what I'm saying? He don't know the depths of their relationship. And even is a case where, you know what I'm saying, maybe, let's say that the wife was did nothing wrong. It's just that her ex-husband was on demon time. Again, that's not a situation for you to get involved. Unless you got the pew pew too, that's not a situation for you to get involved. And even then, because especially if you got your own family to take care of, don't do that. So, brothers, my message to you is: how does a man show that he loves his wife? By protecting her. How does he protect her? By being there. Again, I can't find the story right now, but there was that story and other stories of men that have wives, that have children, that stepped into random domestic issues, try to be mediator, try to be peacemaker, and end up losing their lives. Now, if he has a woman, his woman's now a widow. If he has kids, his kids are now fatherless because he wanted to intervene in some rando's business. Not cool. So my listening brothers, please don't go out like that. Bubba shot. You know what I'm saying? Leave it alone. If it gets that hectic, call the boys from a safe distance and walk away. Call the boys, hey man, such and such dude, blah blah blah. He over here beating on his wife, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? And they pretty much cameras everywhere, so they're gonna find that dude in record time. This ain't the day. It's not the age to put on your cape to be a Charlie Puth Hebrew. I'll be there to save the day. Superman got nothing on me. I'm only one call away. Nah, that's a fine way to get smoked. Tell you that right now. Let me see. Any more scriptures I got? Oh, Proverbs 31. You get Proverbs 31. Oh boy. Hold up. It's locking me. It's locking. My camera's dying, so I might have to plug it in. It's locking. Pardon me as my camera goes off. All right. Okay. All right, Slakia. If you guys enjoy the show, please like the shows, like and share the stream. All right, let me just get these last couple of points and scriptures, and I'll be out of here. All right, Slakia. Second to last scripture is Proverbs 31. Let me see. Let me make sure I have a scripture on the bridge. All right, Proverbs 31. Let's start at verse 3. Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyed kings. So that's something us brothers need to understand. You cannot give your strength to just any old woman out here. You know what I'm saying? To not give your power away, especially to ladies that you know that's in heavy and serious toxic relationships. Don't. You know what I'm saying? Do not allow them. How can I say it? Do not allow them to use you to be their personal Superman, especially if they're not your woman. You know what I'm saying? And even if you even if it is your woman, please do not have her to the point where she's running you ragged. You know what I'm saying? She having you running this way and that way. You know, she using you as an attack dog, anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Let's jump at verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need for spoil. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? She verse 12. She would do him good and not evil all the days of her life. Yeah. So, you know, for a real Proverbs 31 woman, she's not gonna have her husband in all type of situations. She's not gonna have her husband in situations where he gotta fight her brothers. You know what I'm saying? Because they have a misunderstanding and she want to call her brothers to use him as attack dogs or something like that. You understand what I'm saying? You know, or she want to use her you know what I'm saying? Or you know, well, basically that. Basically that. You understand what I'm saying? Make sure your woman is in order. Make sure your woman is in pocket. And again, if she's not that type of woman for you, you gotta leave. Cut her off. I'm saying this at 10:31 a.m. So it's like at 10:31 p.m. on Tuesday, May 26, 2026. If if you were a very toxic woman that will have you in situations where you might have to square up against somebody because she can't get her way and she won't allow you to run all over you, you might have to cut that woman off. cut her off. Because women like that are a health hazard. Women like that will have you up out of here. Be very careful with women like that. So let's read that again. Proverbs 31. Start at verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. So yeah, how our woman do her husband good and not evil? By respecting him, by honoring him, by not having him in all kinds of situations. You know what I'm saying? Where he could possibly lose his life. And that's another thing, brothers. You know, sometimes you just might have to listen to your woman, because it might be a situation where you might be out with your woman and she might, y'all might see a dude get into it with his woman, and it might get physical. You might want to step in, and your woman tell you, "Wait, hold up, don't do that." You know what I'm saying? Listen. You might have to listen. You might have to listen with your woman on that. You know what I'm saying? You might have to listen with her on that, because again, if you step in a rando's domestic issue, and God forbid you get taken out, who's going to be there to protect your wife? Who's going to be there to protect your children? That's supposed to be your job. You understand what I'm saying? That's supposed to be your job. So yeah, you know what I'm saying. And the good woman the good woman protects her husband. You know what I'm saying? Or what it says in Apocrypha, a good wife is a tower against death, against her husband. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes your wife may see things in the spirit where you may not be able to see at the moment. You know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, you listen to her and you like, "Hey, babe, thank you for that. Because if I didn't listen, things could have went left." You know what I'm saying? So that's something you guys need to keep in mind. And last but not least, uh, this last video, the third video, because remember I said I got three. You know what I'm saying? I got this third video to show you guys. And it's a real hoot. Not hoot, it's a real trip. It's a trip. I'm just tell you right now. This is an old video from 2022 of a dude that tried to, try that whole stepping in, on Rando's domestic issue, and he got dealt with. And you see this gentleman right here, and the second, what's the name? That's him. That was the aftermath. Now, let's just oh boy, it's really bad. It's really bad. Let's just hear the kerfuffle, the fuckery. Yeah, of course. Yeah, commercial.
That random attack at Grand Central Terminal. The victim, recovering tonight, says he was physically attacked overnight after trying to step in to help a woman who was being verbally attacked. Well, tonight, that Good Samaritan telling his story only to Eyewitness News reporter Josh Einiger.
He has a shattered eye socket, a broken jaw.
Look at this dude. Look at him.
A giant gash in the back of his head.
It's not a way to live. I'm not liking
the city, my city, you know, and I grew up here. I'm born and raised.
And from his hospital bed tonight, Kenneth Haygood described the encounter he had early this morning while waiting for a 5 train home from work as he stood on the mezzanine at Grand Central.
And then I see a woman over there, very attractive, standing by herself. And then all of a sudden, this guy appears, and he starts yelling in her face and waving his arms in her face. I'm like, yo, like, what's going on? Is he getting ready to hit her or something?
He says he walked down the stairs to the platform.
Now, see, it's another story of a dude seeing a domestic situation with a rando. And because she was pretty, he decided to step in.
Put himself between the man and the woman and called 911.
It's like, where's he at? I said, he's coming at me right now. He's walking towards me with his, intent. And they said, where's he at now? I said, he's right in front of me.
Kenneth says he was speaking to dispatchers when the man attacked him. The next thing he knew, he was in an ambulance.
He has a cranial brain bleed, lacerations in his head.
You hear this? Cranial brain bleeds, lacerations in his head. Those are some horrible injuries to suffer.
Fractures all up and down his orbital bones.
Hours later, his sister Mia got a call that Kenneth was at Bellevue after the man had knocked him down and kicked him repeatedly in the head. Cops quickly caught the assailant, who they say has multiple prior arrests, including at least one assault. The woman didn't stick around.
My brother is a hero.
And you hear this shit? The bitch didn't even stick around. Like, what kind of nonsense is that? Yeah, I gotta play that real quick.
I mean, he's paying for it right now, but I am very proud of the man that he was raised to be, and the fact that he saw a woman in distress.
Would you do it again?
Hell yeah, I'd do it again. Hell yeah. Because that could be my mother, my sister, anybody else.
But the thing is, they weren't. Sir, they weren't. That wasn't your mom. That wasn't your sister. It was some rando that looked good, and you decided to put on the cape and try to save the day, only for it to end in a complete disaster.
You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that in my presence.
And see, this is what I'm saying. Like, he did all of that for a career. He did all of that to defend some chick that didn't even stick around. Which goes to my last and final lesson for tonight. It is not a guarantee that the lady you're trying to help will even appreciate you for helping her. Be aware. This is one of numerous horror stories of men trying to step in to defend and protect Black women. A lot of guys step in and protect Black women for whatever they're going through or whatever they're dealing with, only for them to get seriously hurt and or lose their lives, and the woman that they were defending gone with the wind. Completely out of pocket, bro. Dude, it is not a guarantee. It is not a guaranteed shorty gonna stick around. You know what I'm saying? You heard that? Matter of fact, I gotta play it again. I gotta play it again because listen. Let me play it again from the top. From the top.
That random attack at Grand Central Terminal. The victim, recovering tonight, says he was physically attacked overnight after trying to step in to help a woman who was being verbally attacked. Well, tonight, that Good Samaritan telling his story only to Eyewitness News reporter Josh Einiger.
He has a shattered eye socket, a broken jaw, a giant gash in the back of his head.
It's not a way to
giant
live,
gash,
like in the city.
A giant gash. Wow.
my city, you know, and I grew up here. I'm born and raised.
And from his hospital bed tonight, Kenneth Haygood described the encounter he had early this morning while waiting for a 5 train home from work as he stood on the mezzanine at Grand Central.
And then I see a woman over there, very attractive, standing by herself. And then all of a sudden, this guy appears, and he starts yelling in her face and waving his arms in her face. And I'm like, yo, like, what's going on? Is he getting ready to hit her or something?
He says he walked down the stairs to the platform.
And see, that's the thing. He probably thinks it's a rando. For all we know, they might have known each other. For all he knows, that might have been a boyfriend and girlfriend going through one of their toxic roller coaster, events, in their relationship. Probably a no good nigga that shorty that the lady was told numerous times to leave that nigga alone and cut him loose.
Put himself between the man and the woman and called 911.
It's like, where's he at? I said, he's coming at me right now. He's walking towards me with his, intent.
And see, that's where he messed up. He was supposed to call the cops from a distance, not right in front of Duke. Come on, that's not cool. You know what I'm saying? Unless you ready to tussle with dude. Unless you know what I'm saying, unless you was blessed with the hands and was ready to tussle with dude if it came to it, but obviously you saw he wasn't. You understand what I'm saying? Let's continue.
And they said, where's he at now? I said, he's right in front of me.
Kenneth says he was speaking to dispatchers when the man attacked him. The next thing he knew, he was in an ambulance.
He has a cranial brain bleed.
And that's what I'm saying. He got beaten really hard, and he got a cranial brain bleed. That's something that will probably be with him for the rest of his life. And you talking about he'll do it again. Unbelievable.
Operations in his head, fractures all up and down his orbital bones.
Hours later, his sister Mia got a call that Kenneth was at Bellevue after the man had knocked him down and kicked him repeatedly in the head. Cops quickly caught the assailant, who they say has multiple prior arrests, including at least one assault. The woman didn't stick around.
My brother.
And that's what I'm saying. The raggedy bitch didn't even stay around to see if he was okay. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you guys put on capes and try to jump in domestic disturbance thinking the shorty going to thank you for being there for her. Nah. You know what I'm saying? Half the time she don't even stick around. Most of the time she don't even stick around. And on top of that, I done heard horror stories where, like, if it's a case where a guy get into a domestic with his girlfriend or with his woman, and her brothers or some rando was to jump in and beat dude up. I done heard horror stories of the woman jumping and attacking the guy that's trying to protect her from her abusive boyfriend. Heard those horror stories as well. This is why it's best to just stay out of it, mind your business. I gotta do this again. Yeah, okay.
He's a hero. I mean, he's paying for it right now, but I am very proud of them.
Right now, ma'am, he's paying for the rest of his life. Let me rewind it real quick.
Man had knocked him down and kicked him repeatedly in the head. Cops quickly caught the assailant, who they say has multiple prior arrests, including at least one assault. The woman didn't stick around.
My brother is a hero. I mean, he's paying for it right now, but I am very proud of the man that he was raised to be, and the fact that he saw a woman in distress.
Would you do it again?
Hell yeah, I'd do it again. Hell yeah. Because that could be my mother, my sister, anybody else. You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that in my presence.
And see, listen, I'm sorry. Listen, man, I'm sorry. I got to play this sound clip. Complete nincompoop, bro. Complete nincompoop. You're going to risk your life, get seriously injured, try to defend a random woman who didn't even stick around to see if you was okay. She was on some, oh, I got a train to catch. My train is here. Gotta go. And you talk about you was gonna do it again. Let's play it again. What exactly? Let's from this dude's own mouth.
And the fact that he saw one. My brother is a hero. I mean, he's paying for it right now, but I am very proud of the man that he was raised to be, and the fact that he saw a woman in distress.
Would you do it again?
Hell yeah, I'd do it again. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's a complete idiot.
It could be my mother, my sister, anybody else.
And that's the thing. Number one, it wasn't. Number two, even if it was, depending on the situation, it's still not wise to jump in because look what happened to you. You know what I'm saying? Look what happened to you. You got a brain bleed, bro. And let me see. Slack it because I have a oh. Mm-hmm. Just want to make sure I still have the tab up. Yeah. Long-term effects on brain bleed. Long-term effects on brain bleed, intracranial hemorrhage, ranging from mild, lingering issues to severe, permanent to severe permanent disabilities. The lasting impact primarily depends on the bleed size, exact location of the brain, and the speed of medical intervention. Common long-term side effects includes cognitive impairment, memory loss, difficulty learning new information, trouble concentrating, and slowed thinking, aka brain fog. Motor and physical challenges, muscle weaknesses, numbness, paralysis, often on one side of the body, and issues with balance, fine motor skills, or walking. Communication and swallowing, aphasia, trouble speaking or understanding language, slurred speech, dysphagia, difficulty swallowing, sensory deficits, which is partial or complete vision loss, as well as changes to touch and feeling, mental health and personality changes, unprovoked mood swings, heightened anxiety, depression, and significant shifts in personality, neurological complications, chronic headaches, dizziness, and a higher risk of developing long-term conditions like seizures, dementia, or Alzheimer's disease. Survivors with a brain bleed can carry a higher statistical risk of a second vascular event, such as recurrent brain bleeds or ischemic strokes. That's dude. This is all bad, bro. This is bad. This is horrible. And dude thinks it's okay that, oh, that could be my mother, but it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. That could be my sister. That could have been my sister. It wasn't. Like, what are you talking about? And again, even if it was, it depends on what kind of situation they got themselves into. Would it justify you jumping in to save the day? So let's go through our lessons for tonight. Lesson number 1. It is a law enforcement's job to step in and handle domestic issues, not yours. Understand that, brothers. It's not your job to put your cape on and come in and say today for randos or even co-workers or your women in your family that like getting mixed up with toxic dudes. It's not your responsibility. Call the boys, let them handle it. You know what I'm saying? Put them peoples in their life. And if they get out of pocket, you already know Esau had no problem sending them to the upper room. That is not your place. Number two, some couples thrive off the toxic breakup to makeup dynamic. Beware. You know what I'm saying? That goes for randos. That could be a chick on your job, your coworker. You know what I'm saying? And hell, that can be women in your family, your sister, your cousin, your aunt, your mother, your daughter that might be of age. You know what I'm saying? They may thrive on toxicity. They may love toxic, abusive dudes. You know what I'm saying? They might love that drama where today you're having a huge fight and she throwing your clothes out. And she throwing dude clothes out. And by this time next week, he back in the house and the old lovey-dovey and act like nothing happened. Sit her down, have that talk. Hey, listen, um, you know, I think you should leave, dude. This toxicity stuff is not working. You know what I'm saying? If you're not trying to listen, don't call me when it goes left. Just call the cops. You know what I'm saying? Or if it's a case where she, you know that she's a hot, live wire. You know what I'm saying? She like to, she like to use you, and maybe other men in her family as pit bulls, against her man, where he don't do what she say. She threatened to call y'all to come beat him up and regulate him. Sit her down again. Sit her down. Have that talk. Hey, listen, I'm not dealing with this nonsense. So if you and him having problems, don't call me. Number three, you don't know why the guy is carrying on the way he is. And you meddling just might be you getting in the way of the Most High's judgment. Stay out of it. Again, you pull up on your job and you see your coworker's baby daddy, her husband, her ex-husband, her ex-boyfriend, whatever, going crazy and whatever. Listen, yeah, it might be a case where her abusive boyfriend, shorty leaving him and he won't take no for an answer. Yeah. And even with that, call the boys and let them handle it. Call the cops, let them handle it. It's not your place. But let's say on a situation where the dude might have a valid reason to crash out. Again, even if it's your coworkers, you don't know what kind of life your coworkers are living behind closed doors. You do not know what type of life they're living off the clock. Your coworker that you might be cool with might be a big time harlot, might be a big time scammer. She might be a setup chick setting dudes up to get robbed. You just know her as Lisa on the job. You just know her as Keisha on the job. You don't know that off the clock that she's you know what I'm saying? That she's committing adultery on her man. You know what I'm saying? That she just burnt that she burned her dude with an STD. So now he's livid. You know what I'm saying? Or it might be a case where, she probably dropped the news, probably filed divorce and he got served the papers and now he's on 10. You know what I'm saying? Come stop by your coworker job just spazzing. It's not your place to get involved. And let's deal with the side. Let's say if it's a woman that you do know, your sister, your cousin, your niece, your aunt, your mother, your daughter. Again, you just know them as auntie so and so, cousin so and so, my mom so and so, my sister so and so, my daughter so and so. You don't know what type of life they're living behind closed doors. You might have a cousin that's a big time harlot. You might have a sister that's a big time harlot. Cheated on every damn near every dude she ever got with. And one of the dude who she cheated on, he's out for blood. He's out for vengeance. That's not your place to step in. You know what I'm saying? Her husband or ex-husband or baby daddy, whatever, might find out that one of the kids ain't his. You know what I'm saying? One of the kids he might be paying child support all the time ain't his. He's not trying to hear anything. You understand what I'm saying? Again, if you for you brothers, if you know any sisters, if in your family tree that's not living right in their relationships, that not moving right in their relationships, pull them to the side, sit them down, have that talk. Hey man, I know you want to do your thing, blah blah blah. But listen, man, you play with any of these dudes out here, or you burn any of these dudes out here, and they come back looking for blood, do not expect me to protect you. You cheat on your dude, or you do find out that the kid ain't his. Listen, and he starts spazzing, do not call me to come protect you. Call the cops. Because these women that moving funny, they will set you up, you know what I'm saying, to take the fall. Be careful with that. And again, do not let no social media talking head talk you into throwing your life to the wind, throw caution to the wind, and throwing yourself in harm's way for the sake of protecting black women. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Especially if she's moving wrong. Don't do it. Lesson number 4. Most of us Israelite men have our own families to take care of. They are first priority over a total stranger. Never forget that. And yeah, please do not forget that. You know what I'm saying? Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, listen, if you have a family, your priority is to your family first. If you have a wife, your priority to your wife first. If you have kids, your priority to your kids first. Do not put a rando's life before your family. Meaning what? You walking down the street, you coming from work, you see a woman get into it with her dude. You got a family at home. Your primary focus is to get home to your family. That's it. Whatever shorty dealing with her dude, with her pookie boyfriend, if it's that serious, call the boys from a distance and keep it pushing. Do not be like that goofball in the last video that I just showed you. You know what I'm saying? And that's even for us single brothers. You might be a single brother, no kids. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. Do not throw your life. Do not throw caution in winning and throw your life out there. To put on a cape and jump out there and say some random broad. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? And especially for us men, that's single dads. You might be single, but you got kids from a previous relationship. or from a previous marriage. Listen, your priorities to your kids. God forbid if anything happened to you, they're not trying to hear he died protecting a black woman. Especially if you have daughters. Because maybe not then, but eventually you're gonna be like, hold up, I'm supposed to be priority. If there's a black woman that my dad's supposed to protect, it's supposed to be me. Duh. It's supposed to be me. It's supposed to be my sister. You know, if he's still with if he's still with the mother, it's supposed to be my mommy. You know what I'm saying? Why my dad put his life in danger for some rando on the street? So again, you brothers, if you have a family, listen, I don't care if you have a wife and children, or you divorced and you're a single dad, or you just a single brother with no kids, or you might be an older brother where all your kids are grown, they're going about their life, and you and your mother no longer together, and you're a single dude. It is what it is. But even with that, do not throw your life to the wind. You know what I'm saying? If you see a woman get into it with her dude, stay out of it. And if it's that toxic, call the police from a distance and keep it pushing. And our final lesson, which what ties into it, is listen. It's not a guarantee that the woman that you're trying to help even appreciate you by helping her. Be aware. Again, I just gave the testimony that I've heard several horror stories of women, um, of men that try to step in with toxic relationships. You know, woman get into it with her man and they start fist fighting, and the dude step in and try to regulate and try to defend her. And next thing you know, the woman he trying to defend ends up attacking him for attacking her man. You know what I'm saying? That's off. So in a situation like that, stay out of it. Because a lot of these couples love that toxic make up the breakup nonsense. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? For all we know, it might be another round of foreplay for them. It's none of our business. You know what I'm saying? It might just be another round of foreplay. Something to consider. Something to consider. So you know, and I gotta bring the guy back again. I'm sorry, I gotta keep bringing the guy back again because he just looks.
um, that he was raised to be, and the fact that he saw one.
Hold up.
Caught the assailant, who they say has Kenneth was at Bellevue. After hours later, his sister Mia got a call that Kenneth was at Bellevue after the man had knocked him down and kicked him repeatedly in the head. Cops quickly caught the assailant, who they say has multiple prior arrests, including at least one assault. The woman didn't stick around.
My brother.
And that's what I'm saying. The woman didn't stick around, which is the final point. You know what I'm saying? It's not a guarantee. And what's it, the other story that I told from this old one from like 2016, 2017 of that professional MMA fighter. But it's like the professional, the amateur MMA fighter that, you know, he saw a domestic situation in the parking lot of a shopping mall. He stepped in, fought the dude. The dude had the thing on him, shot him. Dude died. Dude left, and the woman who he was trying to protect left with him. There's numerous stories about that happening, which is where the final lesson comes in. Don't do that.
Is a hero. I mean, he's paying for it right now, but I am very proud of the man that he was raised to be, and the fact that he saw a woman in distress.
Would you do it again?
And see, this is what I'm saying. Like, come on, look at this dude. You know what I'm saying? Just completely jacked up for defending a rando, bro. Defending the rando.
And
Hell yeah, I'd do it again. Hell yeah. Because that
You know what I'm saying? Complete idiocy. A complete idiot. So that's just it. Hope you guys were edified. Salakia for the last minute notification. Just dealing with a lot right now. So just giving all thanks to the Most High by Hashem Mashiach Yahushai. Hope you guys are edified. Most High willing, next week I should be on Lines of Israel NYC with another class. I'm trying to be more consistent. You know, Most High bless. If life don't be lifing, I'll be back next week. So this is your brother Shah Malakasai signing off. Hope you guys are edified. And until next week, Most High willing. Last, closing prayer and benediction. May the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent, one from another. Amen. Most High be with you, and have a blessed week. Shalom.